What's up guys, it is Chris back with another watch video. Today we are unboxing yet another WANCHER. Yes, another WANCHER. So they sent me 3 watches to review. That was the Aeronache, that was the first one that I reviewed with a ST19 in it. You can see it from the back. It has a bi-directional bezel on it. Very cool watch, a Zin homage, $550, definitely worth the money in my opinion. It looks good. Didn't like the strap it came on, but I thought it was a very interesting watch and a very good looking watch for that $550. The second watch I reviewed was the chronograph. It's just called the chronograph. It's a Speedy / Daytona homage. Very interesting watch at a very interesting price. $300, comes on a bracelet. Not the best bracelet I've ever seen on a watch. However, in general, the watch is a good looking watch. A little bit of a weird combination of parts on the dial. You have some weird indices and hands. However, an interesting watch. I'm going to be doing a review of both of those watches together. Today we are looking at the Seaserpent. This is their dive watch. They have a few different dive watches. This is their deep diver of 1,000 meters. And this comes in at a whopping $800. So we went from $550 to $300, and now their dive watch, their deep diver is $800. It comes in all the same packaging. You have that very cheap outer box, and then this unfinished wood inner box, and then of course you have the watch inside, just this little piece of paper that points you to their website for the guarantee information and warranty information. A pillow, and of course the watch. Now, here it is, 46 millimeters. It is a puck, so it has no lugs. So it is a puck design, so it's a lugless design. 46 millimeters all the way around. 14 millimeters thick. NH35, so you get a date at 6 o'clock here. Rotating bezel, ceramic insert, unsigned crown, screwed-in case back. All stainless steel construction. The bezel itself is screwed in. There are some nice polished teeth on here, as you can see. A very substantial watch. 1,000 meters water resistance, as I mentioned. So you have a helium escape valve here at 9 o'clock. And that is really all the specs on this watch. The bracelet itself is sort of an off-the-shelf bracelet. Push pins on the links. Polished on the side, brushed on the tops, brushed on the back. The buckle itself is probably one of the first areas that lets this watch down. This is a very off-the-shelf buckle. It is not signed. It is fully pressed. You have a pressed scissor here. The whole entire thing is pressed. There is no diver's extension, and the micro adjust is only 2 positions over the last position. So it's really 3 positions in total. Not a lot of positions. And then obviously you have flat links here at the edge, so this is just stays flush with the case. But it just feels like this is something off the shelf, nothing really special to the watch whatsoever. And then the second major flaw on this watch is the bezel. The bezel looks good, however, it does not feel good. It is super loose, and in a watch like this, a serious dive watch, this bezel action is really very, very loose. It's like 120 click, but it feels like 120,000 click. It just spins and makes a very, very faint bezel action and noise. Not very good. You do get applied indices, and the dial is printed. Otherwise, it says WANCHER Seaserpent, and then just a little bit of text down there saying it's 1,000 meters automatic. You do get BGW9 on here, so you get BGW9 on the dial and hands. I do not know if the bezel is lumed, and we will do a lume check, so we will find that out. I'll throw it on my wrist as well so you can see. 46 millimeters. It does wear smaller than the 46 millimeters because obviously the 46 millimeter lug to lug is very tight because you do not have lugs at all. It fits directly into the case, so it's a lugless design, which is very nice. Inspired by Seiko's and other watches. This is not an original design, obviously. This is more of a homage to those watches, but an interesting design nonetheless. So, like I said, I'll throw it on my wrist really quickly. Today, I am wearing, again, my Amazing, my beautiful, I love this watch. I can't say enough about it. My Vacheron. This is the Overseas World Timer in silver. Talking about bracelets, the best bracelet on a watch that I have ever held. Any watch that I reviewed, any watch that I have ever looked at. This is it. I'm talking over AP, over Patek Philippe, and over any micro brand, of course. Just an incredible watch. I don't wear this often enough, and I should. Okay, so throwing this on my wrist, and like I said, there are a few points of this watch that just let it down, and the major points are that bezel and that bracelet. And the bracelet's not that bad. If there was some screwed pins, that would be better. But it's that buckle that is just really just something that is out of a parts bin that just sort of fit this bracelet, or maybe this bracelet came with it. It doesn't look like anything or any thought was put into that, and I don't like that. So here it is, and you can see it does look pretty good on my wrist. It doesn't look incredibly huge. I have a 7.5-inch wrist, as you guys know. A little bit shiny on that bezel, but I don't mind it. The bezel could be brushed or it could be polished. It looks pretty good. The other big flaw on this watch is the price. This is an $800 watch. I don't know why. There's 1,000 meters water resistance. That's very nice, but there are dozens of watches out there from micro brands that are much less, that you get 300, 400, 500, well not 400, but 500 and 1,000 meters. There is Zelos out there. They have a lot of 500 meter dive watches that are less than $500. You get an NH35 or a Miyota 9015 or 9039, depending on what you want. And you're getting a really sometimes probably the same thickness as this watch, but you're getting a lot more money, a lot more value for your money. You're getting a much better bracelet. You're getting an extra strap, better packaging. You're getting a watch roll with it. Ceramic inserts, tons of lume. I'm not sure how the lume is on here, so we're going to do that. But I mean, you're at that $800 price point. This is a very expensive watch, and there is a lot of stiff competition out there. And if you don't need the 1,000 meters, there is a lot of competition that will definitely blow this away. And like I said, Zelos is one of them. You can get an Abyss for less than that, and it has more water resistance than this. I believe the Abyss is over 1,000 meters. It might be 3,000 meters if I'm remembering correctly. It is a beast of a watch. It is very thick, but in my opinion, you don't need 1,000 meters. I would go for something much, thinner. Maybe a 500 meter dive watch if you really want that diver rating. Get a Zelos that's 500 meters, and you could get something that's thinner than this and will definitely stand up to anything you put it to, and you'll have a little bit better of a construction of bracelet and obviously bezel. I have been speaking to this brand, WANCHER, back and forth. They have been asking for my opinion, and they definitely like hearing from you guys in the comments below. They are reading the comments. They are reading and asking questions about the comments you guys are making. So definitely ask questions, make comments in the comment section below. They are listening, and I feel like the other two watches that I've had from their catalog are winners. This one, not so much. I think they need to lower the price on this. If this was a cheaper watch, maybe they fix some of the issues with the bezel. The bracelet is not a deal breaker. Maybe put a little bit nicer of a buckle on it. The bracelet itself is nice. I don't care about the push pins personally, but I know people really like screws at this price point, especially at $800. In my opinion, that would be a very helpful thing for this watch, and it would get it nearer to the competition, and especially that price. Bring the price down. This is a lot of money. Or bring the water resistance down. Do something different. Make it more affordable, more attainable. Anyway, so what I'll do now is I will do a quick lume shot, and then we will wrap up the video. Well, this is impressive. The lume is pretty bright on here, and you have a lumed second hand. The whole entire second hand is lumed. Not bad at all. Very, very bright. Very liberally applied. Bezel is lumed. I just wish it was tighter. It is so loose. I keep on spinning it. It's like a fidget spinner. It's so easy to spin. I just keep on spinning it. And I feel like if this was tighter, it would go along with the actual watch itself. It's such a robust, such a big, sturdy watch. It's actually nicely finished. The whole entire bracelet's nicely finished. The watch itself is nicely finished. There are no sharp edges. It just feels nice. The back of the watch is nicely finished, screwed in back, of course. But I just feel like if they did a little bit more on that bracelet and bezel, those are two important touch points of a watch. A lot of brands don't get that, and when they're making their watches, they sort of skimp out on those two touch points, and that's an extremely important touch point, that bezel and that bracelet. A lot of people, when they're using their watches, it's a very textile experience, and it should be paid attention to, in my opinion. Anyway, all in all, not a terrible watch, overpriced in my opinion though, and a couple of little issues that need to be addressed. If you like the look of the watch and you are looking for a 1000-meter dive watch, this is not a bad option. Definitely check out their website. Of course, I'll put a link to their website in the description below. Anyway, tell me what you think. Definitely the brand is listening, so please add some comments in the description below. In the comments below. It is super appreciated, and please don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell icon. I like to bring you guys different watches, and they are definitely some cool watches from this brand, a very different brand. Not a lot of reviews on the internet for them, so I'm glad I could bring these to you. Please also follow me on Instagram. My Instagram is WatchChrisBlog. Also, I have some links in the description. Those links are to Amazon. If you could click on those links and buy anything, it's very helpful to supporting the channel. It doesn't cost you anything extra or interrupt your Prime benefits. Anyway, thank you for logging on, and I will catch you guys in the next video.